Hello, everybody. I wanted to share with you some of my RocketBook hacks that I've been posting on Twitter that a lot of people have been asking, hey, how are you doing that? Can you show us how? First thing I want to share with you is what RocketBook actually is. If you have never heard of RocketBook, what it is, it's a great little company that creates spiral-bound notebooks. I got this one at an EdTech Team Summit, and it's to the untrained eye, it looks just like a normal spiral-bound notebook. Kids can do math, science, sketchnoting, pretty much anything you would do in a regular notebook. But if you notice at the very bottom, there's a QR code. You may not be able to see them, but there's these little tokens down here at the bottom. And what those tokens are locations in the cloud. So what you would do is the kids would download the RocketBook app onto their phone, and they would say what every single little token would mean and where it would send their digital version of their handwritten work. And it creates the digital version in a PDF or a JPEG format. And there's even a neat little GIF creator. I haven't played around with it yet, but I assume it allows you to take multiple pictures and create a GIF out of them. That'd be amazing for littles to be looking at. So the first thing I want to share with you is that RocketBook actually, on their website, they've posted pages. They say, you know what, we love teachers to utilize these. We're going to go ahead and give you pages that you can print. And so here is an actual RocketBook page that they have for download on their website. Notice it's writing, and there's the QR code, and then there's the tokens, just like you'd find in the notebook. There's also a graphing version, and there's even a musical note version, which is pretty great. Well, my first hack, I mean, it's a very easy hack, was I went in to that page and I just took everything out of it and just left it blank. You never know what you want your kids to do. Just leave it as an open-ended. And so I took out that middle, and now sketchnoting or drawings or pretty much anything can be done in this space. Now I want you to again notice it has the same exact QR code, and it has these tokens. And once again, these tokens represent locations on the internet. So you can have the horseshoe sending to a personal Google Drive, the stars sending to a whole class Google Drive, the apple sending to, well, that's not an apple, that's a clover, sending to a different place online. And it sends to all the, the great places, Dropbox, OneDrive, but I'm a Google person, so I have it be sent to a lot of Google places. Now, that's pretty easy. That's all said and done. It's pretty good. But I was like, I want more. I want to see more ways to utilize this. And so what I did was I went in and took just the tokens out. And with those tokens, I enlarged them onto a page. And I cut those tokens out. And the first thing I did was I placed them on a whiteboard. You can see right here. I took just a whiteboard that we utilize in class for group drawings and sketchnoting and just an idea board for our kids to utilize. And I put black tape around the corners because that's key in making a rocket board. You need black tape so it knows exactly where to look. And I have the QR code and the tokens in the same order. And believe it or not, the app reads it. The app reads the QR code, and then you put a dot, or you can have them mark in which token they want it to go to. It goes right to their Google Drive. And then I realized, a lot of people don't have these boards. So I thought, hey, why not take these and blow them up? And so I did. We have a Zoom printer here on our campus, and so I blew them up. And in doing so, you have just the bottom portion. And you may be asking me, well, what is this bottom portion useful for? Well, let me show you. You have a whiteboard right here. And what if you have your students doing work on the whiteboard and you want to capture that work? Yes, you could take a picture, but the framing may be off and they may get a whole bunch of other stuff and you just want the work. Well, what I did was I actually took this from the Zoom and laminated it. You can see that shine. And then I put magnets on the back. So all I do is place that portion on the board, and then I take an everyday marker and finish the black border around the board. Now I did that quickly and haphazardly. You probably want to line up your lines just a little bit better. But believe it or not, once again, with the app, and you can even, since it's laminated, you can mark right on where you want that to go. It will send whatever is in that black border to anywhere in the cloud, which can then be placed on digital portfolios. It can be sent to the teacher as an artifact in Google Classroom. It's just a great way to utilize the RocketBook going up on here. So I call that the Rocket board because it's a whiteboard. Then I thought, you know, what if you wanted to place a board over anything? So this is what I did. I went to our local office supply store and I purchased the biggest foam board I can find, which is 20 by 30. And I bought some black masking tape. So what I did was I put, and this is 1 inch black masking tape. I took this masking tape, I put all around the border of my board. And then I took my zoomed in bottom and placed it right there. And then finally, I put one more 1/2 inch around the top of the black, around the top and the sides. And that's just so it gives it a little bit more structure. And I'll show you what I did. Once I did that, I took an X-Acto knife and I cut out a window from the board. And what was created was a rocket window. Now, what you can do with this rocket window is you can have anything done on students' desks or anything done on construction paper. A lot of people have those 3M boards where you have the 3M paper and you rip them off and you put them on the sides and there's sticky notes all around the room. Now you can grab those anytime that you want. And for my buddy Ed Campos, who does 360 math, I've put magnets on the back and it attaches right to the whiteboard, worth a perfect border for that RocketBook to work. Now, when you do this, once again, I use the laminated bottom so I can have my students mark exactly where they want it to be sent, which is pretty neat. Now, that's cool as well, but guess what you get when you cut this middle out? Well, what you get is more foam board. And with this foam board, I cut it into 4 quadrants and I made a RocketWindow Mini. Now you can have your kids do work on any regular paper, 8 by 11.5, any regular paper, place it right on top of the paper, and it will digitize it and send it right out to where you want it to go. So we've seen the Rocket board, half sheet. We've seen the Rocket board as a whiteboard. We've seen the Rocket board as a foam board with a zoomed in thing on the bottom. And then from the middle that we took out, we have our Rocket board Mini that can be placed on any actual document and send it anywhere on the internet. So I just want you to know I love RocketBooks, and you know, when I do these hacks, it just shows it's just so that we can utilize the amazingness that they've created in a way that fits our teaching style that much better. So thank you so much. And if you have any questions about the dimensions of the board or any ins and outs of what I've done, please make sure that you contact me. on Twitter at Joe Marquez 70. Thank you so much.